So guys, welcome back. It was hell of a week, so maybe you have a wild guess from the thumbnail of this video what is going to happen. So, one by one, Gillette Platinums, the last two blades for this round. I hope these are the last ones. For the soap, Proraso Red, because I really let myself go for this round. Simply because I wanted to perform this test in pretty objective way. Omega 198, or to be precise 10,098 serial number. Because for this beard growth we will definitely need a little bit more scrubbing. And just for case, I will load this a little bit heavily. Also, I will scoop all the residues from the surface of the soap, so there is no water, no this slime. This goes back to pack. And let's start lathering. The reasons why I wasn't filming recently, I had a couple of new things to try out. And I also wanted to make a couple of comparison videos. So for this cause I also needed a little bit heavier beard. So it is still pasty, as you see, but we will just continue to add more and more water. And as sort of a teaser, I really wanted to check out this boar brush, because I think that boar brushes are definitely my thing. And they work quite well. And especially because they allow you to build up the experience and relationship with the brush, because it is pretty unpleasant on the first round. It came in the box quite stiff, the bristles are quite coarse, so if you have heavier beard, you need to lift these heavy whiskers a little bit more to make sure that soap is well deposited close to your skin, not just painted on the surface. And then boar brushes are excellent choice, and especially because they will form over the time according to your shave routine, your strokes, so they will splay out and soften as you go. So it is entire journey with them, so I really like that experience with the boar brushes. And since this is soaking a little bit for today, can a new contender beat up the old guy? Last time I made a mistake. I will explain you later on. So unscrew it. This is Whityle Adjustable razor. So I will perform first loading on both of them. It has magnets inside, so the blade is pretty secured. Bidirectional head, so you just need to lock it tight. And make sure that this adjustment knob is somewhere in the middle. Because I noticed that due to very tight tolerances, last time I was accidentally unscrewing it because it sits quite low on this portion. But as you can see now, let's try it on the black background. It is working just fine. So, settings from 1 to 8, and let's go with the 8 so we can make a comparison. Pretty easy to load. Progress. Maybe I should lubricate it a little bit. Wasn't that reassuring. Again, the same two-piece razor. You need to align the dots just so you can rely on the dial on the bottom. Lock it all the way, and then you just unwind it to preferred settings, and this will be the highest setting 5. So I have pretty fairly even distribution of the beard. So let's go with Merkur on my left side. Pretty frisky sound. A little bit of leftovers. Let's see how it rinses. Perfectly clean. I must say, not that close with the shave, because for the first pass it could be a little bit better, but let's try the Whityle on setting 8. So this would be, let's first hear it a little bit. Like mentioned, this would be the highest settings for both of them. So equal portions of the face. Easy to drain. Also quite easy to rinse. The leftovers, I would say they are just the same. Let's go back with Merkur. Now from the skin feel, it does have different construction. So it's a fully brass frame, meaning it has a lot of weight. The head is bulky. Here it struggles a little bit with the dense beard. Let's switch to this one. Now this one is made of some pot metal, so it's not that reassuring in the hand, and it does feel a little bit more head heavy because it is hollow handle. But on cheeks, not that much. I will continue with the goatee. It does feel a little bit more efficient. And with the different head design, maybe with the magnet clamping, I somehow feel it more comfortable when it sits on the face rather than Merkur. Which is a little bit bulkier. But also it conceals the blade a little bit more. So maybe it's just that feel like you have a large blade gap, which is not doing that much. So, on this chin area, I would say equal efficiency. Neck, yeah, well, without the difference. Right side versus left, I would say that left side is a little bit worse shaved. So, I would say that Whityle is having a little bit more direct blade angle. So since these are adjustables, let's adjust them a little bit. So let's go to mid-range, so setting 3. For this one, the setting will be number 4. Again, one tiny weeper, so Whityle, you have one minus. But it's not a severe one, so let's see. Maybe I should take a little bit more soap to continue. So it is much better now. As you might notice, my face is now pretty smooth, so basically I have no friction with subsequent lathering. Setting 4, let's go against the grain. And to continue while it's still in the hand. This razor costed like maybe 10 bucks, and it is sort of a prototype razor. So hereby I'm only focusing on design, on adjusting mechanism, how it feels in the hand, on the face, how efficient it is. Because when I contacted the people from Whityle company, they announced that this won't be their final version. They are thinking about improving materials, and this will increase the price, of course. I don't know by how much. And to be quite honest, I wouldn't be such a cheapskate to buy that version in brass or stainless steel or something like that. Now on the second pass with Merkur, I would say it does not feel any, more efficient, or that it is now catching some additional whiskers. So basically it was like mild pass. Again, definitely not a bad thing. As you hear, no feedback. So everything was cleaned beautifully. Now no whiskers on both sides. Let's just fix the corners. And do a little bit on the other side. Yeah, this one definitely feels more comfortable on the skin. It does not feel that reassuring in the hand, to be honest. Because with this materials selection, it feels a little bit like a toy. So let's clean this one first. Merkur and side comparison. So, old versus new. Bit more heavier, bulky feel on the skin, always driving the blade away from the face. This one has more unique attack angle. So on lower settings, on higher settings, I feel that this blade angle is more consistent, and I just dial down, do I want to reduce more or less whiskers? For everything else, I feel that every pass with Whityle is basically the same. So there is no difference in increasing efficiency or aggression or anything. So face feel is same on all settings. With Merkur, again mild on all settings, but on higher ones it feels like it will grab a little bit more of skin, but not getting that much more efficient. So this is sort of feel. Of course, due to weight, it feels much more safer in hand. It has that vintage vibe. And since I used my hated Gillette Platinums, in some razors I do get weepers with them. With Merkur Progress, I didn't. So maybe this one would require a little bit better blades just to keep me off these tiny weepers. But in overall, as you can see, no nicks, perfectly smooth sensation on both sides. Let's test it with the Elliot to confirm. Maybe the soap was on my skin a little bit too long, because this is twice longer video than I usually film. I would say probably the same level of tingling, and not on irritation level of the scale, but you know, just enough so you know that it is itching a little bit, and I guess it is enough on both sides. So, too high settings for me, they're not working very well, especially the larger blade gaps. For everything else, if you like Merkur, you want to try out for cheap how adjustable razors are working, for 10 euros this is definitely a keeper. For 50 euros you get the vintage design, tradition, German made quality. What else can you ask for? Of course, if you like adjusting your safety razors. If you don't, join me in the next video. I will do something more fixed. Thank you for watching, see you next time.